In the greatest hall of the Kuru kingdom, a queen was being dragged by her hair before 100 kings, and no one moved. Not her husbands, not the elders, not the gods. For 13 long seconds, the only sound was her prayer and the silence around it. Then the miracle began. But here is the question nobody answers. Why 13 seconds? Why did Krishna wait? The answer changes everything you think you know about prayer. Question 1. What really happened in that hall? The game of dice was lost. Everything. The kingdom, the brothers, the freedom, wagered and taken. And then Yudhishthira, in the last and most terrible throw, wagered Draupadi herself. And when the Kauravas claimed their prize, Duhshasana walked into her chambers and dragged her to the court by her hair. She stood in the middle of that assembly, surrounded by the crowned heads of Bharatavarsha, and asked a single question to the silence. Is there no righteousness left? No one answered. Question 2. Why didn't Krishna come at once? Draupadi did not pray for a miracle. Not at first. She called out to her husbands first, and their eyes fell to the floor. To the elders, and they turned away. To the gods of the court, and the idols stayed stone. It was only when every human door had closed, when hope itself had left the hall, that her mind reached its last doorway, Dwaraka. She cried the name of Krishna, not as a king, not as a cousin, as Govinda, the one who herds the lost. And then, nothing. The silence held. Question 3. What did Krishna actually do? The tradition marks the moment in seconds. 13. And then the subtle, impossible thing began. Duhshasana pulled her sari, and the sari pulled back. He pulled harder, and the cloth grew, unrolled, rewove itself, unstoppable, beyond any end a loom could have made. Hundreds of meters, thousands, a river of woven gold pouring from her shoulder. He fell, and in the middle of that impossible weight, Draupadi understood. She had never been alone. Someone had been folding the light between her fingers all along. Question 4. Why the delay? Could he not have stopped it at the first word? This is the question that has divided scholars and saints for 2,000 years. Krishna could have frozen every hand in that hall at the word Govinda. He held back on purpose, because had he answered at her first cry, Draupadi would have learned that grace comes when you call, and nothing more. But she needed to learn something deeper, that grace also comes when no one answers. The silence before the miracle is not the absence of God. It is the space in which faith gets to choose. Question 5. Was Draupadi ever angry with Krishna for the wait? The beautiful twist. She never held the silence against him. In the hours that followed, she stood before the assembly and declared that she would not wash her hair until the man who dragged it lay dead. And Krishna, the one who had let her wait those 13 seconds, became the one who armed the war that kept her oath. What looks like Krishna abandoning you is often Krishna repositioning the whole world so that justice can arrive in its own time. Question 6. What does this teach us about our own prayers? Every one of us has stood in that hall, unfairly dragged, publicly humiliated, silently betrayed, and we have looked up and asked, "Krishna, where are you?" And the sky has said nothing. This story is the answer to that silence. Your prayer was not lost. It was being answered at the exact speed that would teach you, not merely save you. The cosmos is not slower than your pain. It is more patient than your panic. The miracle is already underway. You are just still looking at the closed doors while the new one is being woven behind you. So here is the wisdom stored in 13 seconds. Grace does not arrive late. It arrives whole. It just refuses to arrive while there is still a human door you believe in. Krishna waited until every door was shut, every arm empty, every voice exhausted, because he wanted Draupadi to know, with the knowledge that only silence can give, that he was never the second option. He was the last door. And the last door always opens. So if you are praying tonight and the sky is quiet, do not stop. The quiet is not the end. It is the weaving. Your sari is already endless. It is just your fear that has not found the end yet. And this is only the first door of the question. Because if Krishna let Draupadi wait 13 seconds, what did he let happen when the ground itself swallowed the wheel of Karna? Next episode of Why Did God Let It Happen? The chariot wheel that trapped the greatest warrior on earth, and the cow, years earlier, who decided his fate. Subscribe to Krishna Wisdom, and we will walk through the second door together. The quiet knows your name. Trust it.